Wake up! Wake up! It's a brand new day in the world of pro wrestling. Good morning, IWC. Good morning, IWC. We back on the screen. Another day, another pop, another wild routine. Who's up, who's down, who's turning heel this week? We break it down, bell to bell, don't even blink. Good morning, IWC. Let's run it. Hot takes, headlines, yeah, we run it. Turn the volume up, ain't nothing funny. Me talk that truth, ain't paid by nobody. Rumors fly like shine, feel the crowd get loud. From the indie scene grit to the big show crowds. Predictions, reactions, don't cap, no fear. If you mad, hit the chat, we still ain't here. Good morning, IWC, let's run it. Hot takes, headlines, yeah, we run it. Turn the volume up, ain't nothing funny. We talk that trash, they paid by nobody. Sip your coffee, lace your boots. Another episode, he delivered the news. If you love this sport, then you found it in me. So good morning to the whole IWC. Good morning, IWC. Hot takes, headlines, yeah, we run it.
And what's good with everybody? How you guys doing? This is Good Morning IWC. I'm trying to get everything, perfect. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties. It's winter time. Computers do not like to work during the winter. Let me unmute my boy. This is Mob Miz over here. This is Sped, and this is Good Morning IWC. We got the one last time going on. Coming up here soon, we got to talk about another company being unhappy, 2026 retirement, a 5-year deal, viral move that happened in the indie scenes, and also we got special guest Chokeslam from the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, Ultimate One. But how you doing this morning, Mob?
I'm doing great, my brother. Just not looking forward to going outside in the snow, but other than that, I'm good. How
Oh
are
hell
you?
no, I'm doing good. No yeet to TC, by the way. How you doing in this morning? But yeah, we're gonna get into one of the big things that happened last night. Last night was a bittersweet moment for everyone, and our 10 minute starts now. John Cena's last time happened last night. 23 years of pure greatness. I mean, last night it did. I was on the run in with Big Mike doing the recap, and I've been out there and I've said, I didn't like the ending. Even now, looking back at it, still had time to think about it. I still don't like the ending on account of, it just didn't fit John Cena. And thank you both for subscribing to the channel, Big Mike and TC. It just didn't fit. It didn't fit him. The hustle, never give up, the hustle, loyalty, respect. I get what everyone's saying, Big Mike. I get what you're saying. I get that, he gave everything that he had, and he just knew that he had to give up at the end. That was it. But I'm still going with the fact that he was acknowledging the demand. He was giving Ricochet his props, and he was acknowledging the demand. So that's what I'm saying. But what did you think of the match? And 23 years of John Cena. What do you think?
First of all, I love the 23 years of John Cena. As far as the match, decent match. I gotta agree with you with the ending. Wasn't a big fan of it. With the never give up, Monica, your last match you gave up,
Yeah.
and it's kind of was weak.
It's funny because we got someone in the chat named Mid Tap, and he tapped. Like my problem is he did the way he tapped. All right, he he smiled. No, he smiled and then tapped. Like, you know, he was giving it to everyone like, I have nothing left. I get that part. You have nothing left in the tank. I get that. All right. But it would probably be, look, all night I was saying it to my wife. You're a boxing fan. I'm a boxing fan. All night this felt like a boxing card. All right, it felt like a boxing card. We watched all the undercards, all the undermatches, right? And we were waiting for that one match all night. All right, and then it just fell short. It felt like a 30-second knockout in the first round. Mike Tyson in his prime, knocking people out real freaking fast. You know, that's what it felt like. You know, we're watching Lennox Lewis take on the heavyweight division that had absolutely no one in that division when he was in. You know, people were like, damn, Sped, how do you know about boxing like that? I love boxing. All right, I love boxing. All right, Lennox Lewis retired as a champion, folks. But back to John Cena. Look, everything about this was awesome up until the ending. And then what he did after the show, they did the same thing. Thank you. They did the same thing for Batista, and John Cena did the same thing for Hulk Hogan when he retired. They gave him the titles. They gave him the spinner belt. They gave him the World Heavyweight Championship. And look, you know, they let him go out on top like that. Let him raise it up and let him go on top like that. So I thought that part was cool. My wife asked me, why are they letting him do that? I was like, well, he held both of those. He made both those prestigious. Yes, I understand. He never held that version of the World Heavyweight Championship, but he did held the original big gold, you know?
Yep. And
oh, man.
I love this whole run, but with that last match, you can't say it didn't leave a little bit more to be desired.
Oh, yeah. It did. It did. It left a lot to be desired. But can we give it props to Gunther for a second? Gunther gets out of the ring, all right? Gives John Cena his moment in that ring, all right? Yeah, TC, you can get rid of that one. Yeah, that one right there is definitely a bot in the chat. But yeah, you had Gunther leave. You had him come back in. Once Cena tapped, he raised his arm and bounced the fuck out. Like, that was it. And the crazy part is Gunther got 1980s, 1990s level of heel heat. Not even Dominic Mysterio can get that type of heat. He had to be escorted back to his car after the show by police. The police had to escort Gunther back to his car because they were fearing for this man's safety in DC.
Listen, man, you know how the WWE Universe gets real serious about that type of.
Like, they were pissed that John Cena tapped out. They were pissed. Yeah.
I was pissed too. I just wasn't there.
I got a friend that was there. Will, I love you, man. Thank you for letting me know what happened last night. He said, to be fair, when Triple H came out, they weren't necessarily completely booing at him. They were booing at the Saudi Arabia advertisement that they just showed on the big screen. He said everyone, he was like, just to be fair, folks, we weren't booing him necessarily. We were booing the Royal Rumble. You know? So it's hilarious. You know?
That's right.
Oh my God. That's what the funny part to me was. Like, that shit, he was like, we weren't booing them. We weren't booing him. And then they started booing him. You know, you know, the FU Triple H chants. All right, no worries. You can do your thing, TC. You're at work. But yeah, no, overall, for a retirement match, this actually hit all the notes that you wanted. You know, like, grown-ass men were crying in the stands, all right? People were pissed that he lost. Like, legit pissed off that he lost. When was the last time you saw a freaking crowd that angry that you had to have a police escort back to your car?
I don't even know. The only time I could think that Rustin needed to get some type of text walk, I forgot what MJ did, but I remember he did something in kayfabe where they, I think the fans was mad about it, but it doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't happen often. But, you know, the thing is we're out. No more John Cena. That's all that. That's all that there is to it. You know. Now we look to the future, and the future is getting crazy good. For WWE at least. I mean, AEW's already been doing its future. It's been, oh my God, everything about the AEW's future. You know, like you can't look at it as the present. You got to look at the future because it's still brand new type of deal. I mean, yeah, I've been around for 6 years now. You know, but still,
Still
yeah,
fairly.
it's still a filling out process. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yep.
Now, you know, we got 2 minutes left on this one. Last night, Big Mike asked, what was one thing that stuck with you throughout John Cena's career? You know, if you saw it live, if you saw it on TV, you know, whatever. You know, what was one thing that you will tell your grandkids one day, like, hey, this was the man. You know, this is why.
My favorite moment is still that first ruthless aggression moment.
Yeah.
I think that's still his highlight moment of his career, even
Yeah.
though that's still my favorite.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Last night I said 2009, I was over in Iraq. A lot of people know this. I mean, I'm an ex-infantryman. I did 2 tours over there, both with the 3rd ID. But in 2009, I got the privilege to have the day off from doing our missions and to go watch John Cena versus Chris Jericho in Baghdad. All right, I was up in Mosul. We got to travel down. I got the honor. I got the permission. I got everything. It was like God just straight up said, here, man, been busting your ass off. You're 18 years old. You're busting your ass off. Do your thing, you know. Watch wrestling, you know. And I remember at the end of it, you know, Chris Jericho, he's going around, thank you. John Cena, everyone's like, yo, Cena, we gotta go. He's like, nah, I haven't shook everyone's hand yet. I need to tell everyone here, thank you. You know, like he did not give a fuck. You know, you see Vince like, let's go. You know, like, yeah, he's waving, you know, let's go. You see H, you see everybody, you know, like, dude, let's go. And he's like, no, you know, like, I need to tell these people thank you. Like, this means a lot. You know, so that right there, yeah, the match was phenomenal. I mean, I've seen Jericho 4 different times in my life. But that one right there stuck with me the most because, you know, I was over there. It was the last time I saw my best friend. A few months later, he passed away over in Iraq.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I love him to death. I miss you, brother. I really do. But yeah, no, I'm trying to keep my composure on that one. Last night I couldn't. But yeah, no, like yeah, it was amazing. He gave me a bunch of memories that I'm never gonna forget, and I'm gonna tell my kids. I'm gonna tell their kids. I'm gonna tell their kids. You know, yeah, like John Cena is our Hulk Hogan, but better. And there's the bell, ladies and gentlemen.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I don't have to push. All right, cool. All right, and 0. Oh, wait, that's 1. And we're going 8 minutes on this one. We got 8 minutes on Saturday Night Main Event. So last night, Saturday's Night Main Event was all about the future versus the now. We saw Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes. We saw Bayley versus Sol Ruka. We saw a phenomenal tag team match. What's going on, Isaiah? Phenomenal tag team match between the young OG and the youngest in charge, and AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. What did you, and then of course we just talked about the one last time, you know, is now John Cena versus Gunther. But what do you think of the other 3 matches?
Well, I really like the fact that Ruka went over.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means as far as Bailey going forward. I know there's a lot of rumors there, but I do like that. I think Ruka's future is super bright. The tag team match, I mean, we knew that was gonna slap.
Yep.
And the Cody, I loved it too. I just didn't like the ending.
Yep.
I thought the ending was a bit disappointing. But I enjoyed this show. Other than 2 endings, I think if they would have did 2 endings better, this could have been an A show.
Oh, this would have definitely been an A+ show if they could have done something different with the endings, you know? Very much so. But Oba looked like a beast, all right? And my boy, again, Will, I'm using your words here. He called him the Black Brock Lesnar. He was like, "This is the Black Brock Lesnar." All right, and I was like, "No, no, don't let MVP hear you say that, because that's what he called Bobby Lashley a couple weeks ago." Yeah, but yeah, no. This was a phenomenal show, up and down. And don't believe all the rumors that you hear. Yes, there's rumors going around that Bayley's contract's coming up, that Bayley is potentially going to go to AEW, that Bayley is not happy in WWE. If Bayley wasn't happy in WWE, she would not be on Saturday Night Main Event right now. She would not be putting over the younger talent like she normally does anyway. All right? If anyone's the opposite of Hulk Hogan or Rhea Hogan or Becky Hogan or whoever Hogan you want to put the title in front of, Cena Hogan, whatever. Bayley's the opposite of that, because she will put over anyone and everyone. I mean, you really can't say Becky's a Hogan anymore because she gave it to Maxine all day, every day. But still, like, Bayley's one of my favorite female wrestlers out there. She does what she needs to do. She gets the job done each and every week. But this match showed me that she's still in love with WWE. She wants to put the future ahead. Yes, I understand her best friend's over in AEW. And yes, I understand her best friend has asked her plenty of times to come over and to run it, with them. But at the same time, does she really need that? I don't think so.
Probably not. Yeah, it depends on what she wants in life. If she wants to go chill with her best friend, that's the move. If she's content, I mean, I don't think she needs to make moves. She probably got to stay there another 10 years, depending on what she decides to do. Be backstage somewhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's got whatever she wants to do. She's gonna do it with flair. Like she's gonna do it with flair. But to me, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that was the match of the night. Yes, it was the second match of the night, but it was the match of the night until the tag team match happened. All right, because for the first time ever, we get the X Division Championship on a WWE main roster PLE. All right, Leon Slater, the young OG, Javon Evans, team up to take on the World Tag Team Champions of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. The first 10 seconds of this match, when they ding, 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 and they super kicked the shit out of both of them, I was like, this is going to be phenomenal. And then they started doing their shit. They were jumping over everything. I was like, this is going to be phenomenal. All day, every day. I thought all of it. Oh, word. I thought all of this was perfect. I thought for a second there that, the young OG and the youngest in charge had a shot. I thought for a second that they had a shot. But, ultimately, Leon Slater gets pinned by AJ Styles, which to me sets up, and we were talking about this last week, they wanted AJ Styles on AMC for the first episode, right? This sets up AJ Styles coming to TNA, going to AMC to set up the X Division Championship match against Leon Slater. I don't think he has a match right then and there. I think it's going to be at the pay-per-view following AMC. I believe, and yes, you're right, the young talent proved to everyone last night what's up. But this right here, to me, in my opinion, this right here, Leon Slater, Javon Evans, they are the true pillars. When Slater's contract comes up with TNA and he ultimately signs with WWE, this is a pillar. We talk about the pillars in AEW. These are the two big pillars right here.
Yeah, I agree. And he's coming over. It's just like when.
Yeah, it is when. And I can say this with certainty. I can say this with certainty. Whenever those both of them come up, the matches that they give us, when together, separate, whatever, we're all going to sit there and talk about it for a while.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people realize that, but, we got a minute left. Anything else you want to talk? Well, a minute 50. Anything else you want to talk about with this match or matches?
I mean, not really. Like I said, I do understand why they didn't want to win it in the Cody and the Oprah. They just protected both of them. I just think they could have. I mean, I think they could have just set their disappointing to pick there. Maybe put Oba over. Other than that, I have no complaints. I love.
I mean, like you could have with the Oba stuff and everything. You could have done a roll up. You could have done some type of shenanigans that's different than someone coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing is this, okay? When you're doing all this and everything, and you're trying to build the future up, you don't want the future to look stupid, you know? And that's what happened. Yeah, the future looks stupid in certain parts, especially. Well, Oba made him sit on his ass, but I just feel like some of the stuff I don't know. I think we're getting used to AEW spoiling us with, non-interferences all the time and, actual matches finishing the right way. I mean, the Continental Classic. How many matches could have ended WWE style? How many matches in the Continental Classic could have ended WWE style? But they did it. They finished out. I mean, Speedball Mike Bailey with the roll-up. That still protects Fletcher,
Yeah.
You could have done something like that. It still protects Fletcher because it makes Fletcher go, ah, shit.
Yeah.
Like, it made him think.
Yeah.
So, but, Saturday night's main event would have been an A+, but it was an A- in my opinion. And that's it. There's the bell right there. And we're going on to March 8th, 2026. Eve is having their Eve International their stuff going on. So you got Chris Statlander versus Charlie, formerly known as Dakota Kai, and for the Eve International Championship. This is, yes, you're right, TCT. WWE does keep hitting the easy button. This right here is gonna be a banger. All right, Chris versus Charlie. Charlie, people, if you don't remember her, she was, man, I forgot to take that off. We're going to do 3 minutes on this one. If you don't remember her, she was Dakota Kai when she was over in WWE. She's been running it. She's been doing really well over in the indie scene. She's back over in the Pacific area. She's been running it very well. She is not, I don't think she's totally signed with Eve right now, but Chris versus Charlie, what do you think?
Man, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yes, it is.
A lot of people want Dakota Kai in AEW, so maybe this is the start to that.
Yeah.
I mean, this match is gonna slap. It's gonna be good this year versus Chris too, because Chris is one of, I think, probably the best workers out of all the women in AEW.
Yeah.
So this works perfect. I feel like this is a tryout for AEW. So that's what I look at this like.
Oh wait, Charlie was on Ring of Honor. I didn't see that. I didn't even see that. Damn. Isaiah just said that.
I ain't seen it either.
I didn't see that. Damn, I didn't see that. She's also been on Ring of Honor, is what Isaiah just said. Oh, that's cool. I didn't see that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, it looks like my thought process is right.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm not 100% sure who she signed to. But
One thing too, I seen Chokeslam jump in there. I think he left. I don't know if you want to send him a message. Let him know it's not his time yet.
oh yeah, what did he bounce out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Seen him.
yeah.
I seen him say yo a few times. I don't know. He's back. I think he's back.
Okay, yeah. My bad, brother. I should have said that to you in the text. My bad. That's on me. Ah, man, so many things going on.
Make sure you know.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. Look, when we get international matches like this, and thank you, Stampede, first off, for remotely getting me into Eve and all that other stuff out there, brother. That Noah, Eve, all that stuff. That's on you. New Japan was on New Japan. That New Japan got me hooked real quick with the Young Bucks and the Bullet Club. Cody and not Cody, AJ Styles and Finn Balor starting that. Yeah. So but I digress on all that. But like this right here has the makings of being a very promising match. Very, very promising match. This is one of those that's going to this has the makings of putting Eve on the map. All right? This has the makings of putting Eve out there that is going to... Look, Eve deserves it. I love that championship around Chris's arm right there. That's a beautiful title. All right? If you look at the Eve international championship, it looks better than that McDonald's looking fucking toy that WWE has for the women. It looks better than AEW's, even though I love AEW's title. It looks better than New Japan's. All right, we'll be honest. It does. But that's how it is.
Sure.
There's the bell, folks, and we're moving on to champs of AEW. Your male world champions. AEW put out something earlier this week about their list of world champions, okay? They got the Ring of Honor world champion, Bandito. The AEW and Trios world champion, Samoa Joe. The IWGP, in my opinion, the #1 wrestler in the world, Takesha. Oh, no, we said 5 minutes for this one. Sorry. 5 minutes. All right, and the #1 wrestler in the world, in my opinion, Takesha. And then you got Claudio, who's also in the top 15. All right, and I believe they had a match yesterday at 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact time, but I will be watching part 3 when it comes out. We will not be waiting 3 freaking years for part 3 because those two tore it the fuck down. All right, this was look, ladies and gentlemen. You guys all are like, oh yeah, we were watching Saturday Night Main Event. We missed it. You missed it because it was on at 4 o'clock, and you totally just ignored Tony Khan. That was on you. All right, not Tony Khan. That was on you. All right. Now, you missed a fucking banger of a show. First off, secondly, you missed the match, the TV match of the fucking year. All right, I'm not saying pay-per-view. I'm not saying PLE. I'm saying TV match of the year. All right, these two killed every second of it. And that put Claudio from my top 15 to my top 10 right off the bat. He knocked off a few people. Like, they just started trickling down. I was like, oh my fucking God. You're keeping up.
Yeah.
You're keeping up with the best fucking wrestler in the world. And Takesha. All right, Takesha. Oh, we won't be waiting 3 years, brother. We're not waiting 3 years. What do you think?
We definitely won't be waiting 3 years. And also another thing, just a fun tidbit. It's the first time ever the CMLL champion has won against the Japan champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was dope as shit.
Yeah.
That was cool as shit, though.
You see, that's the shit that AEW will give you. To have that for the first time ever on just a regular collision.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. But they're loaded. They literally probably have more heavyweight titles.
Well, hold on. Here's the women's side of it. All right. You were saying they got more heavyweight titles than anyone else. Here's the women's side of it. You got Athena as the Ring of Honor women's world champion. You got, we just talked about her, Chris Statlander as the AEW women's world champion. And you got the CEO, Mercedes Moné, as the CMLL women's world champion, which her decline is starting. That decline will be starting soon. I think that's where it starts, is with that CMLL title, and actually, I'm sorry, I digress. I think it starts with a TBS because she held it longer. That's her baby. That's where it starts, and then when she loses the CMML, it accelerates. All right, so
I think she's already slowly started.
Slowly, yeah.
Already.
Yeah, she's slowly starting, but look, we're doing it. We're talking about AEW's phenomenal roster, all right?
Yes.
I mean, we're not even talking about MJF, who still has that contract, all right? Who could be the next world champion right now, the AEW world champion, We're not talking about Takesha running the Continental Classic right now, all right? We're not talking, yeah, she is going to have a nervous breakdown. Isaiah just said it, folks. When she loses the TBS title, she is going to have a nervous breakdown, and that is the truth. Okay, that is the 100% truth. She's going to flip the fuck out, and I'm here for it. All right, everyone's like, oh my God, this belt collector stuff is just so much. Where's the payoff? The payoff is going to happen. Okay? Yeah, the payoff is going to happen. It hasn't happened. No, it hasn't happened. We've been waiting for the payoff for years about, look, one thing about AEW is that they don't forget. Okay, AEW doesn't forget a story, unlike WWE. WWE will be like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Someone did throw a pie in Kevin Owens' face. Oh shit, that's right. We did have a sex scandal, a storyline going on. You know, like, oh crap, I forgot all about that. Hey, good morning, Zach, and happy National Biscuits and Gravy Day to everybody out there. I can't eat that type of biscuits and gravy. It makes my arms like weird. It just makes me break out. But like AEW, in my opinion, they can have all these world championships and still be good because they produce it in a way that makes that title look better. I haven't seen shit from AAA that makes AAA look good. I mean, Dom doesn't wrestle for the AAA Mega Campeon Championship on Raw or SmackDown. He doesn't do it on PLEs or anything like that. You don't see any of that.
I don't even know if he shows it.
Do what?
I don't even know if he shows it.
No, he still shows it, but he doesn't do anything with it. So over the weekend, this is 3 minutes long. Not over the weekend. Hold on. Where did we go with that one? That was 5 minutes. So 6, yeah. This is 3 minutes long right here. All right, so WXW sources say they would have preferred for WWE to give them a heads up about Leon Slater being on Saturday night's main event rather than just putting Slater in the ultimate unfortunate situation that he was in. As a promotion view this coming up weekend, one of their biggest shows of the year. All right, Leon Slater was scheduled to be on WXW, and WXW's pretty pissed off about it. And this is where we're going in. Again, this is coming from Fightful Select. I'm not a big fan of them. Personally, I'm not a big fan of any of the wrestling news. This right here is just talk. We're just talking. We ain't producing news. We ain't going out there and be like, breaking news from Good Morning IWC. Our sources say Leon Slater chose not to go to WXW. Yeah, we're not saying that. All right? So get that shit out of here. All right? What I'm saying is I don't trust those wannabe reporters that couldn't be a real news reporter because they suck. Okay? Or look like a pedophile. I'm sorry. Some of them do. All right? I'm sorry. But, look, Leon Slater should have got, WXW should have got a heads up. That's the professional thing to do. I don't care if it's TKO. I don't care if it's AEW. You be professional and you give these guys a heads up. All right? You're the standard. Be the standard. Give these guys a heads up. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, you got to be professional about that. I know that he probably didn't know he booked it, so probably was in a situation where it's like, do you go to WXW and not go to Saturday night's event? You're not doing that.
Yeah, no.
So he was in between a rock and a hot spot. So you know what you're picking there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna pick the payday. You're gonna pick the payday. Yeah.
Not even just that. You're gonna pick the one that's more beneficial for your career. So
yep.
That's one of those. I'm sorry, but I gotta do what I gotta do.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that is one of those. I'm sorry, but I gotta do what I gotta do. This is more beneficial to my career if I go to Saturday night main event in DC versus some. I never heard of WXW. I'll be honest with y'all. Where the fuck is WXW? Where are they at? England?
I believe so. But this is the thing. It's like you can turn down a WWE opportunity for that. So I don't think you did anything wrong. Yeah, I do sympathize and understand why WXW is upset. But man, you got to do what you got to do.
I get what you're saying. I get why they're pissed off and everything. I get that. But again, be professional, WWE, and this wouldn't happen. You're the gold standard here. You know what I'm saying? You got to be professional somehow, some way. There's the bell, folks. And I believe that was, 6 minutes? No. Yeah. Yeah, 6.
We just did
3. We did 3. I got to remember how many seconds we do this stuff. Because I got shortcuts now. All right, so we're going to do another 3 minutes on this one because this one's quick. 2026 potentially could see a run of retirements according to the Wrestler Observer News. Again, folks, I just get this stuff off of X. I ain't listening to them. I ain't watching their stuff. I ain't doing that. That ain't my style. All right? I ain't paying $35 a month to listen to an old ass man going, well, back in my day, we used to watch wrestling on the dial tone. Like, I don't know. I'm just fucking around right now. But 2026, according to Wrestling Observer News, could be a run of retirements confirmed. We already know one's confirmed with AJ Styles. Brock Lesnar and Chris Jericho could also be joining that list. What do you think?
I wish AJ Styles wasn't on that list, but I mean, it's good to have if you're gonna have a retirement tour, you might as well do it on the biggest platform possible.
Yep.
It might not be done as well as like Jericho probably would have had a better retirement tour in AEW, but WWE's the biggest platform you could have a retirement tour on. So I get why these guys want to do that.
No, and I get what you're saying. Well, like, all right. Okay, so AJ Styles I can see going well on account of he can go to TNA, he can finish out in TNA, but still be under WWE. All right?
Yeah.
So, like, think about it. Let's say he wants to finish out in Genesis or Slammiversary or not any of them really. Let's put it out there. Let's say he wants to finish out with TNA. I think that would be the best move for him. He started there, you end there. Brock Lesnar, the only way I could see this going is if he is the true leader of the Vision and he helps out the Vision be a hell of a lot better. Bound for Glory, that's the one I was thinking of. Thank you, Isaiah. But Chris Jericho could have stayed in AEW. He does not need WWE. He does not.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will be the first one to say this. Chris Jericho does not need WWE to retire on any level. Okay? On account of he did it in every promotion he's ever been. AEW, New Japan, WWE, WCW. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need.
He's killed everyone.
He has. He has killed it everywhere. I mean, Brock Lesnar, all three of these men have killed it over in Japan. All three of these men have killed it everywhere they went. I don't know, I'm 99% sure that Jericho was an IWGP champion at one point.
I believe so, yeah.
I know he was the United States champion, IWGP.
He used the Paymaker.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes. When he had the spikes and everything. Yeah. But I see them having the retirement. I see it happening. I just don't think Jericho needed WWE.
Great.
John Cena signs a 5-year ambassador deal with WWE. Yes, you may not see him in the ring no more, but you could potentially see him, in Saudi Arabia, Australia, Japan, England, the United States. List goes on. So 5 years, we're giving this one 3 minutes because this is going to be short, sweet, to the point. And the next one, these next three are 3, 6, 9. This is basically 9 minutes, 12 minutes long for the next, What do you think of this deal? You think John Cena made a good move, or should he have stayed in the movies?
I mean, it's a good move. I'm pretty sure his whole life is going to be dedicated to movies or what he's doing anyway.
Yeah.
I think this still different than a Legends deal.
Yeah.
He's probably just getting a bit more money than what they're getting.
Yeah.
He probably wrestled a one-off here and there. It's a great move. He probably got a crazy bag to wrestle maybe 5 more matches.
I doubt there's any clause for him to wrestle. Because I feel like he's doing the Batista thing. You know how Dave was like, no, I'm done. Dave straight up told everyone, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. I'm done. He's even come out in interviews, Dave has, and said, he's got that itch. He wants to go back, but he doesn't want to ruin his retirement. He doesn't want to ruin the run that he put out there. He doesn't want to ruin that. And I 100% agree with that. He looks at Nature Boy. He ruined his run. He ruined that storybook run, in my opinion. He ruined that WrestleMania match with Shawn Michaels real fast, in my opinion. There's a lot of bots in the mornings. Damn.
Networking.
Yeah, I know, man. It's fucking crazy how that works. But yeah, no. I think this is a good move. I think it's a lot easier for him, to go because he'll be over. So let's say he's in China already, shooting a movie over there. Let's say he's over. Then now he's got the ambassador deal. He can go over there and he can go talk to the wrestlers. I mean, he already knows Mandarin. He knows how to speak the language. Like I like the ambassador deal over the Legends deal because the Legend deal definitely means he's coming back. He's gonna come back. He's gonna get in a match. Blah blah blah. An ambassador deal just tells me that he's done. He really is done, and that he is moving on to the next part of his life. And that's what I'm happy that he's moving on. I'm not saying it sucks. Yes, it does suck that he's retiring, but at the same time, it's bittersweet that we're going to be able to see him in that ambassador role. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got 20 seconds left on this. You want to say, if you have anything else you want to say, go for it.
I was gonna say like this: never say never. I
Never.
don't think we've seen his last wrestling match person.
I think we have. I really do. If it's outside WWE, I'd be stupid ass shocked. But I think we've seen this
I
last
don't
one.
believe that.
All right, so there's a bell and ex WWE wrestler. We talked about this on Thursday as well. Ex WWE wrestler is what the hell's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I hope everything's going right on there. My OBS is now just froze. Oh yeah, no. People were pissed as fuck last night from that. We're gonna do 3 minutes on this one. For some reason, it's not working. I got my phone. I could just look down.
Yeah, everything's on my end.
Ex WWE wrestler slammed for vile move in the middle of a match, with left commentators speechless. Formerly known as Gigi Dolan, she grinded her hoo-ha all over a dude's face. All right, and everybody's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe she did that." Listen, you guys apparently didn't watch the Attitude Era. Bra and panty matches like crazy. You guys didn't watch Edge and Lita on Monday Night Raw apparently trying to have major coitus going on. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot going on there.
Ed
You
in
know?
the ring.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on there. Yeah. What did you think of this? We got a minute left on this one.
Man, I don't have a problem with it. She's out there having fun right now. The current shots are having some of the most fun it looks like they've ever had in their career. There's probably a line in the back waiting to take this move now. I have no problem with it. I mean, sex sells. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. Yes. Sex does sell. She knows what she's doing, and it's hilarious the way she's doing it.
Yeah, it is. I'm enjoying it.
All right. There's the bell, and I'm trying to get chokes. Oh wait, that's on me. My bad. I'm going back. Chokeslam is in the house. Let me get his stuff on here. 1 second. Control audio. Yep. And he should be on here. What the hell? Copy.
See him?
No, I'm talking about on screen. He's just not popping up on screen yet. It just doesn't want him to pop up on screen.
You?
I can hear you.
I see him on.
I can hear him. I just don't see him. All
I
right.
can see him.
No. I don't see him on here on the. I can see him on there.
You can't see me?
That's hilarious. No, I can see you on here on the other part, but this I don't know why it's not showing up here. 1 second. Let me try something else. Browser 3. See, everybody's like, "Oh, we get to watch Sped do this." Yeah, you guys are right. Yeah, see, every time I put his thing in, it's just not popping up. All right, go ahead. They can hear you. Can you guys hear him? Go ahead, say something.
Yo, what's going on?
Can you guys hear him? Go ahead, say something. Yeah, they can hear you. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chokeslam Wrestling Report. I'm going to get his video. I have a recording on the other end. I'm going to get his video, put it up on here after the show. Chokeslam, you're on YouTube. all the time. You got a show coming up here at 12. This is the Ultimate One. He's got a show coming up. He's going to be talking about Saturday night's main event. He talks about AEW, talks about a lot of good stuff. This man right here is very, very knowledgeable when it comes down to wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chokeslam Wrestling Report's very own, the voice of Chokeslam Wrestling Report, Ultimate One. How you doing, my man?
I'm good, bro. It's snowy over here in New York. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's still snowing over
I'm ready
there.
for today. Yeah, it's snowing over here. So.
That's what it's snowing over in Pennsylvania on the mountain right now. It's snowing over there in Boston, up in Mob Miz area. This seems like the I-95 corridor right now is just getting slammed. You know?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But check this out. But I can't wait to do my show at 1 p.m. today because I did see Saturday Night Main Event, and I feel kind of bad for John Cena for the limited wrestling moves that he had in that ring against Gunther.
Yeah.
He made the best of it, but people were upset because he got put to sleep. Now, if people pay attention, the whole match with Gunther was about he's going to make you give up.
Yep. Yeah.
And was John Cena's thing, never give up, right?
Yep.
And so that made the match even more, something to watch because you're going to be like, okay, let me see.
He's in the stairwell.
Yeah, I'm in the stairwell.
Yeah.
If Gunther, that was Gunther's plan, to make him quit, to make him give up. But for people to react the way they reacted, they were pissed off because Cena tapped out, and people were booing and all that. What the fuck were they expecting?
Let's see, and I don't think you were in here when I said that. A lot of I got a friend that was over at DC when that happened, right? He said when Cena came and when Triple H came out and they were booing the hell out of him, they said he said they were really booing the Saudi Arabia Royal Rumble on the Titantron. The advertisement that they had. They were like, he said they were booing that. But I do agree with you. Look, there was a lot that they could have done differently in this match, in my opinion. First, the whole smiling and choking, that's what threw me off. Tapping, sorry. Smiling and tapping, that's what threw me off. That's what made me go, I don't know, man. Because, like I told Mob Miz over here, I felt like this was a boxing card throughout the night. And you like boxing. We all like boxing around here. It felt like a boxing card, though. You watch all the under matches, and then you got to the main event. And then that main event only lasted 30 seconds, it felt like. Like it was a very anticlimactic ending in a storybook that if he would have passed out, I think everybody would have been fine with it. But with the way he tapped out, it looked like, and I'm still going with it, that he was giving Ricochet his props for creating the coolest damn hand sign in wrestling, all right? And the demand, all right? I think he was just giving the man some respect. He didn't really tap.
To me, and the way I look at it is the card, the Saturday Night Main Event, if you really think about it, was more of let's show you of our rising stars.
Yes.
Another thing that I saw, there was people being pissed off that Oprah Femi didn't pin Cody. Now, how stupid can you be?
Exactly.
You're not going to have the NXT champion pin the world champion and whatnot. That's not going to happen. And I already knew it was going to be interference because
everybody,
you cannot have any of these guys get pinned because you're trying to protect them.
Yep.
My thing is Drew McIntyre. I don't know why he's still in the damn world title picture for the last 3-4 months.
Yep.
But people were expecting too much in these shows. I don't understand that.
Well, you could have you could have had Ricky Saints or Tony D come out and cost Oba that match and still protect Oba.
Yeah.
You could have done it that way.
Because Ruka, I never seen the wrestle till last night.
Oh.
I also had a thing that why was Bailey the one who had to job to her? You could have used anybody else.
Bailey's that legend though. She's got the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
She's that legend that would help you. She's the only one like we were talking about earlier. I think she's the only one in that division right now on Raw, SmackDown, whatever, that will willingly lose to the younger talent. You know.
Yeah, so the tag team match was pretty good. I loved it because it shows Leon Slater and Javon Evans what they could do,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they need to bulk up. That's number one. But that match was pretty good. But really, Saturday Night Main Event was mostly, let's show you what we have in NXT. But come on, they got more talent than that in NXT.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, everybody's had this fetish with Overfemi. Once this is just, it's like a, how do you say that? Yeah, it's a fetish. Once, let's say the guy wins the world title, they're gonna do exactly what they're doing right now with Cody Rhodes. They're gonna get tired and they're gonna turn on him.
Yep.
But that's what WWE fans do.
Yeah, they're never happy. Die hard, or as with the internet wrestling, we're the IWC, as what they say, the feds are never happy. Okay, they're never happy. I mean, you can shit in one hand, want in the other, and they'll tell you that the want fills up faster than the shit. So, no, I agree with you on that one. But look, you're right. There is 100 different guys down in NXT that could have came up and looked phenomenal in this. All right, we talked about a few slides ago that WXW was pissed off that the youngest in charge, Leon Slater, was overlooked. Yeah, they weren't even told that, hey, he's not even going to be here anymore. He's not going to you guys. He's coming to Saturday Night Main Event. No one told him. No, told them that.
WXW is from, I believe, is in Australia.
Australia. See, I was saying England. See?
Yeah, I think they do work in England, but they're mainly from Australia.
They were pissed though that Leon Slater couldn't be there.
But that's WWE for you. They don't care about nobody.
That exactly.
I mean, you guys were mentioning about AAA, and it's true. Dominic don't really defend that mega champion on Raw or SmackDown.
Nope.
And all they did was, I put it this way: this is all Conan's idea, because Conan was putting that company down the fucking toilet.
He still is.
So, they're trying to make it look like, oh, look, WWE came in, now AAA is going to compete with AEW or CMML. You can never compare AAA with CMML. CMML is like the WWE in Mexico.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
You know what I'm saying? They 92 years they've been around?
Yeah, 92, 93, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so for them to even got the balls and the audacity to say that AAA is going to surpass CMML, come on.
Yeah, no.
AAA, the way they were back when I remember when they first came up in 94.
Yeah.
When they had Conan Wrestling, Eddie Guerrero, Art Barr, all those guys.
Yep.
It's nothing compared to what it is now.
No. God, no. No, it's the talent is nowhere near as used to be. I mean,
you want to see a guy wrestle named by Iguana? Who the fuck gives about Iguana?
Yeah, it's like, I was telling my wife was like, what the hell? She goes, I thought Lucha Libre was all about wearing a mask and looking, the heritage and stuff. I was like, apparently Iguana wants to be Verde. This SAE just wants to be Verde all day, Look, I like
the good thing about AAA is they have a working relationship with TNA from years ago.
Yes.
So that's a good thing that they have something going. But if you think about it, first of all, TNA is another one. TNA is they're just gonna be there for now until WWE swallows them.
Yep.
Because Carlos Silva, and I'm sure you heard me say this, Fed and Mike. Carlos Silva is a puppet for Nick Khan.
Yes. That's why they got rid of Scott.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on that one. Scott D'Amore saved TNA. Scott D'Amore was TNA, and the fact that they got rid of Scott D'Amore for this pansy-ass son of a bitch over there in TNA is, you're right, he's a puppet. He's a little bitch that listens to Nick Khan and what Nick Khan wants all the time.
You know what's disgusting? How is it that you make Mike Santana the world champion? This guy was chasing this belt since his anniversary. And then you take the belt away from him a month later to give it to Frankie Kazarian?
Look, Frankie, not even the cool Italian Kazarian, okay? You give it to the freaking wannabe Italian. Come on.
Yeah, not a guy.
So, today I'm going to have a lot of things to say about this whole Saturday Night Main Event. And I feel that WWE botched John Cena's
Oh yeah.
by making him a rule breaker, and I'm going to explain that. I don't want to talk much about it, so I do it today.
No, I feel.
But I don't want to see John Cena in the ring again because you could see it last night. How many times did he do that? I can't see me in the match. About
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 times.
3 times. He did actually successful twice and did it 3 times. Yeah.
And then he did the attitude adjustment like in 3, 4 times.
Four, 5 times, 4
but the
regular,
match was
1
good.
AA Avalanche.
The match was good, but I just feel like his whole retirement, they didn't do it right at all.
Yeah.
They disrespected this man.
Oh no, they did. They disrespected him bad throughout. I agree with TC on this one. Botched the whole damn retirement tour, in his opinion. Hey, listen, check out Chokeslam Wrestling Report today at noon on YouTube. He will be there.
I'll be on at 1 p.m.
1 p.m., 1 o'clock, folks. Check him out on YouTube. He's got a lot to say. He is very, very fucking knowledgeable when it comes down to this stuff, and you do want to hear what he has to say. All right, thank you again, Ultimate One, for being on the show, and we're going to get into our rapid fire segment. All right. So, oh, my bad. So, here's the new look for the rapid fire. What do you think of that? All right, we got 5 minutes, folks, and it starts meow. Scott D'Amore comments on TNA going to AMC, saying that he gets asked a lot privately and online, and my answer will always be a variation of this. It does not feel right for me to weigh in on the day-to-day running of the company, but I also want to be clear. I will always have a lot of love in my heart for those 3 initials. I'm happy for the people there. Do you believe he's telling the truth, or do you think he's pissed off? At the same time. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I think he owns what, MLW now, or the Canadian. The Canadian one, right? Yeah, I believe he owns that now. Listen, you said it off air. You said it off air, and I know we're trying to do this fast. A lot of people left because of him. All right, once he was done, a lot of people left. You lost Josh Alexander, you lost a lot of people, Austin Harris, a lot of people. But, hey, if he's happy, I'm happy. Zilla Fatu comments on WWE never acknowledging Umaga's passing. He thinks in their minds maybe it's just because of the reasoning of him passing away. Maybe they didn't want to shed light on that. I don't know, but I just wish they would acknowledge. But it's okay because he's getting acknowledged through Zilla's work. Listen, this was on Maven's channel. I agree with him. It's pretty bullshit that they do not... Oh, you can't hear him. Say something now. All right, yeah, you're good. You're good. You should be good now. Yeah. All right. Yeah. But yeah. What do you think?
Well, I'm afraid.
Hang on. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Yeah, well, basically, it needs to be said. Someone got to say it. Who better than still saying it? And it's kind of weird that they didn't acknowledge it anyways. A big part of it, I think, history.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Sorry. For some reason, Twitch cut you out there for a second, and I had to fix it. Nick Khan states that Rey Mysterio was considered a nothing in WCW. Yeah, this was on Impulsive. I find this bullshit beyond bullshit. Rey Mysterio, yes, I understand. We talked about it. The taking of the mask off was the dumbest thing in the world that they had him do. But other than that, I think Rey Mysterio himself definitely was established. I mean, look at him. When you said it the best, no one wanted Rey Mysterio until WWE wanted Rey Mysterio. WWE was the one that was like, put the mask back on, and we're gonna make you a big fucking star. And that's just me. That's just me. I think WWE elevated him, yes, but WCW made him a star before he was in WWE.
Yep, he was already a star in ECW,
Yep.
and Mexico. before WWE had him. So, I mean, Nick Khan, I think what he did was he admitted that he has no idea about wrestling history, and I understand that he didn't watch WWE because he wouldn't even say something that's stupid.
Yeah, no, if you actually watched wrestling back in the day, you wouldn't say something that stupid at all. That's just.
Nobody, yeah, everybody found out who Rey Mysterio was. Luchadors got popular
Yep.
because WCW.
Oh, yeah, all day. If it wasn't for matches like Eddie Guerrero versus Rey, if it wasn't for fucking Conad, and I understand we were just bashing Conad, you know, well, Hoovy 2 Guerrero, Ultimo Dragon, you know, the list goes on. You know, if it wasn't for those guys, even Rey Mysterio, you know, I mean, you're still benefiting from the LWO.
Yeah, you're still using it.
You know?
If he was nothing in WCW, then why do you have LWO shirts in WWE?
Exactly. TNA wants Styles to come on AMC for the first show. I think this is going to happen based off of what happened last night. What do you think?
I'd be fast on this shit. It needs to happen. Please make it.
Yes, needs to happen real quick. I don't think they're going to wrestle, though. I think that's going to happen in Genesis or Bound for Glory, Slammiversary, something. The Great Khali's making a return to in-ring action January 25th in CWE. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's going to be interesting. I see Pac of a Joe, and it looks like Bear.
Yeah.
Both in that picture as well. So, I mean, it's interesting. I'll try to catch it if I can.
All right, and then we got TNA set to lose a bunch of big names.
I think a few of these guys are going to.
Well, folks, yeah, we're going to talk about this for 1 second. Look, yeah, that was the bell. I know we're done. We're not going to go on to the last slide. We'll get to the peace slide here in a second. But I do want to sit here and talk about this for a second. Now, they're set to lose 6 people, 6 big names. You got Wentz that is possibly going to WWE, which I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think he needs to stay in TNA. I think.
It's just the crash course.
Well, look, you're going to lose AJ Francis. I think you lose AJ Francis. AJ Francis can go to AEW and be a fucking star. All right? He can go to AEW. We don't need Steve Matz or whatever his name is, Macklin right there anymore. This man deserves to be on a main roster right here. Mike Santana and the other man right there, Ali, deserves to be back on the main roster as well. TNA losing some people. Yes, they'll sign some of these guys, folks. Don't get it twisted. I think they lose half.
Let's end it with this. Right? Predict the landing spots for these 6 guys. Shoot.
WWE, Santana. Ali goes back to WWE. AJ, I don't know where the other guy, that guy back there, he stays. All right, look, L shape. All right, Wentz, Steve, Beardy, all 3 stay. The other 3, they're bouncing. WWE or AEW.
All right, I'll give you mine. I say Jake something and Ali.
Jake something, that's his name. Thank you.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say Macklin, something, and Ali all go to AEW.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Wentz stays, AJ Francis stays.
I don't think Francis stays, man. He's getting pissed.
I know, but I think he might be one of the guys they juice up his contract because they need him right now.
No, yeah.
And I think Santana ends up in WWE.
Yeah. Look, but you know, that was our trade proposal. But hey, we're gonna try better next time, folks. Be here next week, same time, 8 o'clock in the morning. We had a little difficulty this morning because of the weather being the way it is. But thank you to everyone who tuned in. And look, we will try better next time. Peace.
Peace.